Good evening, subcultures. Thank you for joining me for an evening full of a Dictionary of English Literature by Watts and Watts. Now this is quintessential when you want to be savvy in terms of English literature. For example, now this is just at random. I'm going to open its pages. William Stevenson, are you familiar with him? He died in 1960. No, 1660? No, 1560. He wrote myriad things. Doesn't really matter because that's not really the point of this. I'm looking over at my boyfriend who just walked in as I started this. Do you think vlogging itself is uncomfortable because you're staring at something, you know, something that's not really, they're not real? It's a lot more uncomfortable when you're being observed doing so. He's hovering in our hallway of doom. Oh, there he is. He's shirtless. We just we're finishing the last of, well, I finished most of it last night. Our $3 chuck from Trader Joe's, which if you are fortunate enough to have a Trader Joe's wine store around you, I would highly recommend, as their Cabernet Sauvignon and their Pinot Grigio, in fact, their White Zinfandel, which Nick's friend Dylan got because, well, he's gay and I guess he likes pink things. He really liked it. I liked it because I finished it the next day. But I'm, as you know from my entries, not particularly particular when it comes to my vino. I'm also drinking a very quaint little teacup because when I have a rough little day, there's nothing like a little glass of, whoa, I keep losing you, wine or teacup of it. He's starting this production company, and he came home last night and he was mad about the idea. It's a lot more work than just simply talking about it over some beers with your buds. But I think he'll do it. I think he'll be just fine. Would you like to make a cameo in it?
I just made a cameo.
Okay. He's a little camera shy. No, he's not. He's a ham. He was also, I don't know if I'd mentioned this, the kid that gets thrown up against the wall in the beginning of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back when he tries to buy marijuana from Jay and Silent Bob. So that's pretty fantastic. I'm a celebrity fucker. So obviously once I found that out, I thought I got in right. I did. I think these vlogs work out well for me because I'm really good at pontificating about the most mundane of things. So, I do have something to show you though. I think I talk a lot more about unpacking than I actually do unpack. So, we used to have a couch. I'm sitting on one, and as you can see, the orange is totally washing me out because this is the other apartment. I posted a photo of me in my last apartment, my room rather, which was a darker, brighter, more inundating orange, and now we have a calm, nice orange, but our lighting sucks because we don't replace bulbs when they go out. So it's good for me because I'm Irish and I'm really generally pasty, and now I at least look orange, which, having gone to high school with people who fake tan, I'm very happy to sort of be able to feel that. So I want to show you the record player we got last week because it's really fucking cool. If I can, it's tight. Our space is tight because of all my fucking bullshit. And here is what used to be our couch and is now a litany of clothing that I haven't worn in a year for the most part. Some of it I've never worn at all. There was a vintage store on the corner that we went to one night on a fluke because it did wine at 9 on Wednesdays, and we thought, let's go get to know people in the neighborhood. But we went, it was like their last night ever being open, so they had this $5 sale. Everything in the store, no matter what you wanted, was $5. Nick got some really cool shit that he actually wears all the time, like vintage button-down shirts with crazy patterns, and I don't think I like anything I really got from there. But it was $5, and when somebody's going out of business, I really helped them go out of business by buying all their shit. And then paying rent was hard that month because I think, figure everything was like $5 each. We spent $160, and that's exactly how much we spent. And I'm not doing the math. You can do it if you'd like. So, as I show you the record player, I will do a tour, or a scan rather, of what I have to deal with in terms of putting clothing away in our tiny bedroom. This is our living room, by the way. There's Nick. And here we go. We'll start it out. I'm going to lower it just so you can see the absolute mass of clothing. It's disgusting, actually. And, here's our renowned Dictionary of English Literature. Here's the record player. I think this may give you a decent view of it. It's probably from like 1960. It's portable. So the speakers go in, it closes in like a briefcase. And it's stereo. As you can see by the volume. And it's pretty goddamn all around awesome. And I'm listening to Tom Waits because I was home alone. And Nick and I can listen to Tom Waits. But if you have company, people tend to question what you think of them. I look like a poodle. When you play Tom Waits. And this is the records we also need to put away. You can't see it actually. There, I'll face it. This lighting just sucks. Just rest assured we have a shit ton of 85% decent, 15% super shitty LPs that I took from my parents' attic because I don't listen to it. I love that I emphasize attic. They're attic! So, that's that. The background behind me is blank, which is sort of odd whenever I live anywhere because I tend to inundate the walls with my shitty art. Cheers to you. I'm going to lift my pinky as is only appropriate. And that's all in the corner, if you can see that. That's our tiny little kitchenette. And then that whole pile, that dark pile, is just all my big posters and framed things tied up. And there's little things in the bedroom. Our bedroom is awful. We haven't even been sleeping in it because it's just so packed with boxes. And this old couch folds out, and it's actually an ironically more decent mattress than the one that we currently sleep on. I've been prattling on for 8 minutes now, and I can't imagine it's very captivating. And I'm far from camera shy, and I could go on and on and on. Like the fact that I worked 7 hours straight in these shoes, which that heel is about 5 inches, and I wanted to cry by the end of my shitty hostessing shift. And if you're ever considering hostessing, yeah, you get to wear cute clothing, but it's incredibly boring, or if you work where I work, incredibly boring and then incredibly busy, and you're running around. And I wore a scanty little dress. I was scantily clad in that it was very low cut, and I have little boobs, and it just sort of, if I bent over the wrong way, my nipples would just pop out because the part that covered the breast was about that wide. Otherwise, it's a pretty cute design, but I had to wear a heavy cardigan over it because I didn't have anything else that really went with it except for a heavy-ass cardigan. So I was sweating and hurting, and little baby was not happy. So I'm having my teacup of wine, and I think I'm going to crank the air conditioner, which may drown out this video anyway. And I really appreciate you guys joining me. I'm going to go have a cigarette on the fire escape, and I would invite you out there, but I think Nick would get mad at me if I brought out the laptop on the fire escape, which you probably wouldn't even see anything anyway, despite our streetlights. But one day I'll post photos of everything when I